Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I'm Zach Grubb.
And Devin Grubb.
And today we are talking about Season 2, Episode 6, The Spy.
Yes. Such a good one. This is a really good episode.
It's a really good episode of the show. Which is very funny considering that the one after this is the worst episode of the show.
Let's not spoil it for anyone.
Oh no, we won't. I'm just saying. They gave us something really incredible.
And then immediately took us out of it.
Yeah. So.
Anywho.
Yeah, we left off the last episode with Will convulsing on the ground because he felt the fire that was being used on the Upside Down.
Yeah, and it opens, doesn't it? It opens up with
them rushing him into the
hospital. But then after it immediately cuts to the most beautiful friendship in the entire world, right? Right after that.
Yeah, I mean, there's that whole scene where he's like, where does it hurt? And he's like, everywhere. And they cut back to Hopper getting hosed down because they're like, he's infected with whatever's down there. We've talked about this ad nauseum at this point. Nothing happens. The particles don't do anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, then we cut to the obligatory Tarantino trunk shot where you see Steve and Dustin from the inside of the trunk because he's going in to grab his nail bat.
Well, no, he didn't ask him yet.
No, it picks up right away.
But I thought he didn't. I didn't think he asked him that early on. I don't know. I didn't write that down.
No, in the last episode, as they're getting into the car, Dustin goes, "You still got that bat?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in this one, it opens up.
Right.
Him. And he tosses Dustin the keys and grabs the bat.
And he's like, "Are you actually sure it's one of those things or whatever?" And Dustin has the best line because Dustin always has the best lines. He's like, "Yeah, because his face opened up and he ate my cat."
And I just love how Steve is immediately ready to put himself in danger. Not a second thought. He hears one of those things is back and he's like, let's do this.
Steve and Dustin, 5 ever.
5 ever.
5 ever. But Steve's actually, Dustin makes Steve go into his little, basement.
Yeah, that he trapped Dart in.
And he finds Dart's skin, but no Dart.
Yeah, so he molted his skin again, and now there's a giant hole in the wall.
Yeah,
because Dart was able to dig through concrete to get out of there.
You have more because I skipped some stuff because I was just intent on watching this episode for some reason.
So we cut back to Hawkins' lab, and they're taking pictures of the tunnels. There's Joyce. What's wrong with my lights? What's wrong with my boy? What's wrong with my magnets? Every season she's got...
The magnets is next season. You're jumping ahead.
But every season she's got a, what's wrong with this? What's happening?
It's
just great.
My son? Where's Will? Something's wrong with Will. Something's wrong with my magnets. Something's wrong with my hopper.
I think that from there we get more Murray.
Well, they show... Yeah. Sorry, I was skipping ahead. Mary had a great line too. He's talking to Nancy and Jonathan, and Nancy says something about Steve, and Mary's like, "Steve, we like Steve.
We like Steve."
And I said, "Yes, Mary, we do like Steve.
We do." So he's trying to hook them up, and he says something about retreating, and Nancy's like, "I don't retreat," and it's like, "No, you don't, Nancy."
She certainly does not. Yeah, it's interesting how much she changes. She really goes through a lot of...
She goes through a lot of growth.
Character development and growth.
And it's all natural.
Mm-hmm. And I feel she had a big jump in growth just in season 1.
Yeah. And I feel like it would be easy to say Steve becoming an action hero in season 2 is kind of a crazy jump. And it is a little bit. It's a bit of a stretch that he goes from reluctant dude with a bat at the end to straight up action hero hanging out with Dustin. It works for the character, but it is a little out of left field. With Nancy, it just makes sense. Her entire through line of becoming a badass.
It flows really well with Nancy.
It's built very well. It's earned.
I love Nancy.
Yeah.
She's such a badass.
And Lucas finally gets back to Dustin. And he hears Steve over the radio. He's like, "Why are you hanging out with Steve?"
Because he was the only one around.
Why wouldn't I hang out with Steve? Come on.
Right. They show Hopper the gate, and that they can't contain it, and what they're trying to do to contain it. I thought that was I don't really have any notes about that other than that, but I just thought it was interesting to see.
It was Hopper's like I was right moment, because they after finding out about the tunnels, they dig underneath the gate and they're like, oh, like this is just down here. But also it's kind of crazy that they were able to make it like get it to go that deep in the few hours of time that went by. They dug that deep. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Still cool.
What?
Yeah, because there's all that there's the tunnels under the gate. And I remember they have to ride that huge elevator down.
Yeah, but they've been doing that since the first episode of the season.
No, since the first episode they've just been going inside and burning stuff. Like they didn't know about the tunnels.
They had like an elevator and everything set up. I'm pretty sure.
They didn't show it because they didn't.
I thought they did. I thought they had like bunker like stuff.
No, I don't remember that. I feel like they didn't know about the tunnels, because if they did, then they wouldn't have been like, oh, we got to go test these pumpkins. They would know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they had any knowledge of the tunnels. The pumpkins. Yeah, Hopper made them go test the pumpkins.
No, he didn't. He was marking them all. He was marking where they were rotten. He wasn't making them test them.
Yeah, he did. Remember when they went to the pumpkin patch and he's like, "Sir, you have to see this." And that's when they brought back all the samples and they brought back all the samples of the pumpkin patches.
I have no recollection of this whatsoever. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. I just have no recollection of it.
No, yeah. Yeah, that totally happened.
I've just been so deep into Stranger Things that I don't know. I don't remember that at all. But if you say so, that's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was weird because they were like, oh, we were able to build this giant lift that goes all the way down over the last 4 or 5 hours.
That's why I think it was there. I don't think that was something that was just added for this episode. Like I want to say that it was there previously. I know we're going to go back to Hawkins' lab or whatever, but I think just for my sanity, not necessarily for you people, but I want to go back a couple episodes where they're in the lab just to see if that was there, because I feel like it was. Whether or not they knew it had to do with the tunnels or whatever, mm-hmm. I feel like that lift thing was already there.
It definitely wasn't when they showed Nancy and Jonathan what they were doing.
And well, that was episode 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
But outside of that, yeah, we could go back and check.
I just for my own sanity.
Yeah, I get you. Sometimes we got to take a few days between doing these, and it really is hard to retain everything.
I mean, well, not that it's hard to
Well, it moved. This season moves so quickly.
It really does. I feel like that was there, and I don't want to argue with you about it because it's not that important, but
no. We see Will's memory loss, which I completely forgot about.
Yeah. Before that, I put about Mike. Mike has literally been with Will the entire time that this has happened. Mm-hmm. He is at his bedside.
Has not left his side.
Hasn't left his side. I mean, honestly, since he was, afraid to take the cold bath at their house, he has been there. He hasn't left.
Yep.
Which irks me because we know how he becomes. I feel like we're beating a dead horse at this point when it comes to, Mike's character.
Yeah.
And how drastically he has changed.
How they did him dirty.
And not for the better.
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, I do like to see this because this is the Mike that we love. This is the Mike that we fell in love with. This is the Mike this is the Mike that they better go back for.
Yeah.
In season 5, because the Mike of season 4 was just intolerable. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Cool.
But on to your Will memory loss.
Yeah, I just forgot that was a thing. But I think you have a note here about Bob and why he doesn't remember Bob.
That's just a thought that I had. No, it's a good thought.
Go for it.
But it's quickly debunked because he doesn't remember other people too, not just Bob. So at first, I thought that he didn't remember, like he only didn't remember Bob because Bob told Will to tell the Mind Flayer to go away. So I thought that was like a connection that he had like made, like, oh, well, you told me to go away, so you're gone.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But then later on in the episode, he does have like pockets of like where he remembers who people are, but he like hesitates about it. Like he has to think about it. And doesn't he not remember Hopper too?
No, wasn't it the doctors that he didn't remember?
No, he didn't remember. I want to say he didn't remember Hopper.
He didn't remember Hopper?
I don't think so.
That's possible. I think, and they explain that a little bit because they talk about how, like, what's happening to him is like basically hollowing him out.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, it's later on in the episode, but it kind of goes with what we're talking about. He has the Mind Flayer's memories now. Yeah.
Well, the now memories.
Well, Will now has the Mind Flayer's memories. It's not Will. It's described as a well, then that gets to like the hive mind stuff. But yeah.
Yeah.
He's got his now memories are no longer Will's memories. They're the Mind Flayer's.
Yeah, he's essentially seeing through the Mind Flayer's eyes.
Yep. That's why this episode is called The Spy.
Oh, yeah. We're like 12 minutes in, you gotta ruin it for the people?
They don't know why yet. We haven't told them.
You literally just told them.
I told them why. I didn't tell them why.
Okay. Here's a little Murray scene.
How was the pullout?
Yeah.
This episode is just chock full of great lines.
Yep. Classic Murray.
Classic
Jonathan
Murray.
spits out his juice.
Jonathan and Nancy did the deed, if you didn't understand what
they did.
about.
They did the deed. And now we move on. Billy is the most villainous character on this show. I'm not
allowed to talk about Billy anymore.
I know, so I will. Until Vecna is introduced in season 4, I don't think anyone on this show is as villainous as Billy. Even Papa. Like, I like Brenner. No. Brenner is evil, and he is a villain, but, like, he is constantly being humanized. They're constantly humanizing Brenner.
They're different types of villains.
No, I agree with you.
No. And I'm not discrediting what you're saying. I'm just saying that they're two different villain camps, and yeah, they do try to humanize Papa, especially in season 4.
Like, nothing he has ever said has been like, that is terrifying. He does awful things, but I have never been scared by Brenner.
Right, like when Brenner talks, his words aren't like oozing or laced with like pure hate
and malice,
and,
like
right. Whereas when Billy speaks, his words are just dripping with hatred.
Hate, like he induces fear.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he elicits fear with his tone. Just like the way he speaks to Max is terrifying on a visceral level, because you immediately understand just from the tone of his voice that this guy is an abusive piece of shit.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, they're not going to show us on camera, but, like, if there was a scene later on where Max has, you know, a black eye and a broken arm, I'd be like, yeah, Billy did that.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me at all.
No.
It's crazy.
No. And I mean, I'm going back into the recesses of my mind and into like what people talk about when they talk about Billy, and like, oh well, he's that way because he's abused. Okay. No.
There's plenty of people who are abused
and suffered abuse and are not like that.
Yeah.
So
And it's not like Billy's the kind of kid who doesn't have the resources to, like, seek help or get better. No. Billy revels in it. He
chooses to be that way. He takes that, and, like, he takes the anger that he feels from the abuse that he suffers, and he uses that. And he uses it to abuse other people. And that's unhealthy. And, like, you don't have to do that. There's that, you know what I mean? Like, why would you want to make somebody feel the way that you feel?
There are people who do that.
I know there are people who do that, but, like, I can't humanize Billy. I can't. I can't.
So,
but that got brought up because Lucas went to Max's house to try to get her to go with him to Dustin and Steve to be like, you want proof? I have proof.
And I was more terrified for Lucas during that scene than any other scene in the show.
I know.
Even up through season 4.
Yep. Yeah. Because it was like, if he sees him, he will kill him.
Yeah, he
like,
will
it's
murder
not,
him.
It's no, like...
It's not like, he's gonna beat him up and, like, put him in the hospital. No,
like,
he threatened to kill kids with his car.
Right.
What would he do to Lucas?
Right.
If he knew he was hanging out with his sister?
Right.
And, like, I mean, we know later on Steve steps up to stop that the best way he can. But, like...
Daddy Steve!
Yeah, Daddy Steve. But, like, okay, We'll talk about that more later, because we are going to get to that point in the show. I did have I wondered, clearly Will is not Will at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I did have a thought, is he Vecna at this point? Like, Vecna's influence is speaking through Will.
Yeah.
So this is how he learns about Eleven's friends and, you know, everything going on in the right side up. Mm-hmm. Vecna's influence takes over and Will loses more of himself. I don't know if that's a fully formed theory. Like, obviously, Vecna is connected to Mind Flayer, and the Mind Flayer is now connected to Will, so they are all connected at the same time.
Yes.
I think it would make sense that it's really Vecna's will that's being imparted here, because Vecna's will is, like, the will of the Mind Flayer is Vecna's will.
Mm-hmm. Not Will the person, Will as in his wants.
Also, Will's name is Will.
Will's will, the will of the will.
The will of the will. It's an old fantasy novel, The Will of the Will.
The will of the will.
But anyway, I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe this is a good explanation for how Vecna knows about the party.
Like his friends. I mean...
Yeah. He's connected to Will. He's literally seeing through Will's eyes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
But, I mean, so when you say about how he knows about the party, are you connecting that to season 4, or are you just saying that in general? Because in season 4, Vecna really doesn't care about the quote-unquote party. He just wants to kill his 4 people to get his gates open.
Yes, but he does see, like... He goes after Max.
He goes after Max.
And you're not going to be able to convince me that wasn't personal.
Oh, well, I mean...
Like, he knew that would hurt 11 specifically.
But at this point in the show, with Vecna being in Will's mind or whatever, or like you were saying, and how he knows the part, Max is not a part of the party yet. So, I mean, but...
That's a good point,
Vecna
actually.
doesn't have any influence on Will in season 3 that I remember. Because the Mind Flayer doesn't go after him.
You're right.
In season 3.
He has influence over Billy.
Whoa. Yes.
Yeah. So
you can
think of it as a bunch of threads kind of tying together.
Threads tying together. Okay, so the Mind Flayer doesn't have... So he might not have access to Will in season 3, but he has access to Billy in season 3, which is connected to Max, which is why he would go after Max in season 4 because of that.
Yes.
Okay, so we tied it together in a roundabout little way. It's a messy bow.
We kept twisting the tinfoil hats until they connected.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a messy bow, but it still tied the gift together.
It works. It works. Just
like,
put your finger right there.
No, I was gonna say it's like trying to tie it without somebody putting their finger on the knot.
Yeah. Big Brother Steve.
Daddy Steve.
Daddy Steve.
Daddy Steve.
He's he and Dustin have their heart to heart on the tracks. And he's like, don't try so hard with girls, man. She's going to break your heart and you're too young for that shit. And I was like, oh, Steve. You're so good at being a big brother, man.
And he shares the secrets of the hair care world.
We learned the secrets of the hair.
Farrah Fawcett's play.
When it's damp. Not wet.
Not wet.
Damp.
And if you tell anyone, I'll kick the shit out of you.
Yep.
And then this part made me sad because Hopper was apologizing.
Yeah, he was trying to dad to an empty room.
Well, he didn't know it was empty. He didn't know she ran away.
Yeah. Although it does come back in like one of the only redeemable scenes of episode 7.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're talking about episode 6 now.
I know.
I would skip episode 7 if we could. But we can't, sadly. But it was because like he legitimately says that he's sorry for, yelling at her and the fight that they had, and that he's really sorry that he's not there right now, and that he'll be home as soon as he can and everything. And it's just like, oh Hopper.
He's just a dad who can't wait to get home to his daughter.
Hoppity hop.
Yeah.
How I love you.
Really strong performances in this episode from literally everybody.
Everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a scene where it's do you have anything?
Well, there's Owens and like
okay, that's what so I really liked this because it kind of solidifies that Owens is pretty much the only one that you can trust from Hawkins' lab. That he's not
Brenner.
He's not Brenner. He's not an asshole.
And that was very much up in the air up until this point. Like, yeah. You want to believe he's got Will's best interest at heart, but like you're not totally sure.
So what happens is they're trying to contain the spread. And the only way that they can do that is with fire. But they now also know that there's this hive intelligence, this hive mind, and it is connected with Will. And one of these asshole scientists at the lab is like, well, we need to contain this. And Owens is like, well, you can't do that.
You're going to kill the kid.
You're going to kill the kid. And he's like, well, we need to stop this spread. And Owens is like, you're going to kill him. You can't do it.
And the entire room agrees with the guy.
Right. And everybody agrees with this dumbass idiot scientist, like, no, we need to set fire to these vines and we need to stop the spread. And Owen's main concern is his patient, because Owens is a doctor and Will is his patient, and he's like, no, we have to figure out something else to do, because I am not going to inflict any more pain on this kid who is already suffering.
Yeah, he's just straight up like, I will not sign off on this. This is not happening.
Right. And it's like, I'm in charge, so you're not going to do this unless I say so. Mm-hmm. So sorry, but I'm not going to hurt this kid any more than he's already hurting.
Sorry, not sorry.
Right. And like you said, it's like up until that moment, you don't know if Owens is somebody who is like, is he a good dude? Does he really have, Will's best interests at heart? And then this happens and you're like, okay, I can get behind you. You work for some shady people, but you're not Brenner.
Yeah.
So you're okay.
Then we cut back to Will kind of seeing his now memories again. Mm-hmm. Only Noah Schnapp plays this so well because you can tell it's not him anymore.
Yeah.
Just from the look on his face, you can tell that this isn't Will.
Because he goes into their little meeting, right? Yep. And
it's before that. Okay. He sees all of this first.
Right, okay.
We had a couple more scenes before the meeting.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah. So, we're back to Max and Dustin and Lucas and Steve at this point, correct?
Yeah, and they're like trying to...
they're at the little, like, where, like, the broken down, like, the junkyard or whatever. And they're trying to, like, set up traps for Dart. Yeah.
And Lucas learned his lesson after season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, their competitiveness over Max does not affect their friendship at all.
No. They're, like, really cool about it.
Yeah.
And another glorious line, because this episode is full of amazing quotes. Hey, dickheads, how come the only one helping me out is this random girl?
Yeah. They're, like, busy having a heart-to-heart, and like, Steve is doing all the work.
Right. And the only one helping him is Max, who he has no idea who Max is.
Yeah, they haven't met.
He's like, you just brought this random redhead kid, and now she's helping me. Like, okay, guys.
Yeah, do you guys want to do you want to get up?
Do you want to do anything? Or... Oh, man.
Jonathan and Nancy get back to the buyer's house. They know something's up.
Yeah, I wrote Nancy and Jonathan come home to Tunnel House.
Yeah, they come home to Tunnel House.
Because, I mean, all they see is all these drawings of vines and stuff. They have no idea what it is. They've been out of the loop for a few days.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, I think we go back to Will. We have the scene you were talking about where he's telling them about the tunnels and, like, where they need to go. And I just remember thinking, like, that's not Will. Like, this is being played so well. Yeah. That is clearly not Will.
Yeah, because he goes in and he's like, you need them to go. They need to go in the tunnels, right?
Yeah, they need to go here.
Need to go here. This is where the like main whatever is for you to control it. And they're like, oh, okay. There's a sweet Lucas and Max moment when all of this is happening, where they have like a little heart to heart on top of the bus while they're keeping a lookout. And Max thinks that she's like Billy.
Yeah, her backstory's always been really dark.
And
like from day one.
And like I was like, sweetie, no, you're not. You're nothing like him.
But like she's still grappling with that in season 4.
I know.
When she thinks she's a terrible person because she was relieved by his death. Like I think this plays into that. Like she thought she was like him. This makes my life easier, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But like no, you were just relieved that you weren't being abused anymore.
Right.
Like yeah.
And then the Demodogs come, right?
You said that very, very low. I don't know if the mic caught that. You?
Well, because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, get up in there.
I wasn't sure. Is that next?
Yeah.
Then the Demodogs come. You think it's only one. They think it's Dart. Steve goes out and he's like, all right, I'm going to fight you.
He's ready to be the hero. He's
ready to be the hero, but what he doesn't know is that there's like 2 behind him and 1 coming from either side. So there's multiple Demodogs.
Oh, but like when he jumps out, he does the one thing that we've been saying from the beginning. What? He trusts Dusty Buns to get it done. Because he basically tells Dustin, like, hey, I'm going to lure this thing out. Then you hit the trap. And he's like, got full faith that Dustin is going to pull this off.
And he would have, too.
And he would have, too. He would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for those meddling dogs.
That meddling Will. Because...
No, the meddling Will helps.
Meddling Will. And I say meddling Will because before they attack him, like fully attack him, they all kind of go away. Like they got called away. Off. And this is because Will has set a trap. It's a trap!
Well, the Mind Flayer set the trap.
The Mind Flayer set the trap, but used Will to do it.
Mind Flayer /Vecna/1/Henry.
But used Will to do it.
Yeah.
This is why the episode is called The Spy. I didn't spoil it.
Yes, because Will is no longer their spy. He's the Mind
Flayer spy. And Mike is with him. Mm-hmm. And he immediately figures it out.
Yep. Will has control over himself long enough to apologize for what's happening, and Mike immediately figures out what's going on.
And tries to save these soldiers in the tunnels. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, you can't be back here. You can't be back here. And he's like, but it's a trap. Like and as he's saying that, you can hear them like getting attacked, can't you?
Yeah, well, it also shows you what's happening underground, and the dogs are attacking them.
You see it on the little, like, their little, like, radar screen.
Right, well, and then the radar shows them coming towards the lab.
Towards the lab where they are, and then you hear the Demodog sound.
You think it's the Demidog sound.
No, well, we wrote it down. It sounds...
Yeah. I think it sounded much more like a breathy laugh.
Like a Vecna?
Like a Vecna laugh, yeah. I mean, obviously the character wasn't casted at this point, but like it sounds like to me it sounds like a laugh. It sounds more like a laugh than the Demidogs, but maybe that's just because I'm looking for it, you know?
We're obviously looking for things. I'm sorry. That grandfather clock sound though at the end of was it episode 3?
Yeah, that
I was not looking for that. We were not looking for that.
No, that
just
was
happened.
Blatant. That was blatant.
Yeah.
That was absolutely intentional. But that's going back. Let's focus on the task at hand.
Sorry, that was a really cool thing that happened.
Really cool. I just don't want to talk about it every episode and have that be like, oh, remember when we did that? Remember when we figured out that thing?
Yes, guys, you figured out that thing. Okay.
Exactly. So, I mean, that's this episode in a nutshell.
Pretty pretty solid nutshell.
Yeah, I feel like we actually got through this episode pretty quickly because we were so excited to talk about it. We kind of sped through.
It was such a good episode.
It really was. And now we have to talk about the bad one, the worst one.
Do we have to?
I mean, not at this very second.
Okay.
But, next week you guys will get to hear our thoughts on what is definitively the worst episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Because it's not an episode of Stranger Things.
No. And, I feel like that's not just our opinion.
No, this is fact.
Almost I don't think I've ever come in contact with somebody who watches Stranger Things that was like, yeah, episode 7 of season 2 is a phenomenal episode. It is a masterpiece. I don't think I've ever seen or heard anybody say that they actually enjoyed that episode. I could be wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised if that episode was used in screenwriting classes as a don't do this.
I could be wrong. There could be people out there who do like it. If you like it, let us know. We don't.
We promise not to judge you, but we will judge you.
No. I mean, opinions. You can have your opinion. It can be wrong, but you can have it.
All right. Before we blow our proverbial load here talking about how much we hate episode 7, I think we should sign off for episode 6.
We can sign off for episode 6, yeah.
So, thank you guys for joining us for the Hawkins Hellfire Collective.
Yes.
I was Zach Grubb.
And I'm Devin Grubb. Dusty Buns gets it done.